Hey everyone, welcome back to Jorge the Mentor's YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about the real estate crash that's coming. Now, most people are asking when and if. Let me make it very simple for you guys. It's not a matter of yes or no, it's just a matter of when. The fact that there is going to be a real estate crash or correction is 100% guaranteed. It's just a matter of when. The average real estate cycle is 8 years. The longest one in history is 13 years. We are in our 10th year today in 2018. So it could be next month that it initiates. It could be that we're in it right now, but there's so much distraction and so much noise that we never know. That's how it's planned. It's strategically planned that way by the Federal Reserve, the IMF, and the people that pretty much run this world. Now, there's a couple things that I invite you to do to prepare yourself and to hedge and to really put yourself in a position where you can actually benefit from a crash and not be affected like everyone else will. By the way, speaking of this crash, I highly recommend this book by Robert Kiyosaki. It's called Second Chance. And one of the very interesting things that he talks about in his book is that in Weimar, Germany, in 1920, they had the biggest crash that they've ever experienced, and it happened through a hyperinflation. Now let me take a step back. Inflation is when the cost of goods or services increase. So what $1,000 can buy you today, in 10 years you're going to need double or triple, $2,000 to $3,000 or $4,000 to buy you the same thing that today can buy you for $1,000. So essentially the value of the dollar is declining at about a 3%. So inflation is at about a negative 3%. A hyperinflation is 1000x that. So as an example, if we were to experience a hyperinflation in the US, it means that a water bottle that fits in your hand, instead of costing you $1 or $2 today, it could cost you $1,000 or $10,000. If you were to buy a watermelon, it's going to cost you thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. And so the way it happened in Weimar, Germany, again in 1920, 1921, is that millionaires became homeless overnight. And there's pictures of this in the book. Just research it. Go on Google, check it out. I'm sure there's plenty of videos on YouTube as well. And so you would see a lot of people with these big containers full of cash, and they were using these loads of cash to burn in their homes to stay warm, because it was cheaper to burn the money to stay warm than it was to buy wood to burn to stay warm. Terrible situation, of course. Now there is a possibility that we could experience that in the US with the fast, quantitative easing and printing of the dollar, every single day. They're printing billions and trillions of dollars every single year. And again, money is made out of debt. I highly recommend for you guys to watch this video called The Zeitgeist. There's a financial part where it breaks all of this down and the fractional reserve, and it's mind-blowing. When I first started learning this information, it made me a little sad, to be honest, quite frank with you guys. It made me a little sad. I felt a little down because I'm like, wow, why is this system so broken? Why was it designed to keep us ignorant and uneducated, So anyways, highly recommend for you guys to look into it. And here are a couple things. I made some note for you guys that I recommend for you guys to do to help you hedge and protect yourself as much as possible. Number one, you don't want to keep your money in a savings account because one of the first things that will happen if there's a big crash again is that and again, if you look at Buckminster Fuller, the mentor of Robert Kiyosaki, he says if you want to know what's going to happen in the next 10 years, all you have to do is look at what's happened in the last 10 years. So here is what I invite you guys to do. And again, do your own research. Don't take my word for it, but this is something that I know a lot of investors have been doing. they've been diversifying their money and not keep it only in cash, because if cash becomes trash, or better yet, when cash becomes trash, if you don't have any type of other assets or investments, you're going to be SOL. Okay? Now, again, I'm not a financial certified advisor or anything, so I'm not allowed to give you financial advice. I can only teach you what works for me and for other people that I know. And so, two things that you can begin doing right now. You can diversify a small portion, not everything, just a small portion of your money that's liquid, and put it into silver, gold, and cryptocurrency. That, now, yes, there's always going to be risk in every single investment, but you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. You don't want to have all your money in cash, because again, when cash becomes trash, you're going to be, in a worse situation. You're better off diversifying into a few other assets, so that way, when cash becomes trash, at least you'll still have other revenues of assets. Okay. Now, one of the things that is likely to happen is once cash becomes trash and it has no value or very little value, these other assets like gold, silver, and cryptocurrency are going to skyrocket. And then at a certain point, you can take your profits from those assets, then buy real estate at a hugely discounted price, because when the real estate market crashes, properties that are $500,000 could potentially go down by 30% or even half, while your other assets would potentially increase. Then you could do this, right? So if, say everything is right here in today's market, and then the market crashes and cryptos, gold and silver go up, dude, look how much more you can buy with these high appreciating assets now. So that's how I would hedge. Again, that's something that I'm doing myself, and that people that I know are doing. I highly suggest it. But again, number one is educate yourself first, and don't overthink it. Don't go into analysis paralysis where you want to know everything before you can do anything, because then you won't do shit and you won't take any action, and you'll just don't be that type of person. Don't mind screw yourself. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below with any questions or anything that you particularly liked about this video, or if there's any other strategies that you're aware of, comment below. I will personally connect and comment, respond to you guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.